During the pandemic, a lot of lenders were more lenient. You also saw consumers have these stimulus checks and lower interest.
So we see each other again. This is the last time I see you. You were so good to me. Well, next time, my love.
So we've recently been seeing a big trend of people paying so much money on their cars. I'm seeing videos of people paying $700 to $1,000 to $1,400 on car payments, and they're complaining about it and saying they don't know what to do. Some people are struggling and missing payments, and now you know what that leads to: repos. There has been a big increase on repos, and I was looking at a whole bunch of videos on TikTok, and I want to share with you guys and give you guys my comments of exactly what's going on now that people are not able to make their payments. Okay, that really sucks. Seeing your car get repoed is like, it's a sucky feeling, but you haven't paid your payment in 10 months. And obviously it looked like you probably was neglecting, not calling them or setting up some type of payment plan. 10 months is a very long time to get your car repoed. And that's the unfortunate thing. I'm seeing videos as well, people out there being extremely happy about the fact that their car is getting repoed because they just can't deal with it. But this is the dark side about getting repos that people don't recognize. Everyone wants a car to show people how like much money they got and to show like the status. But people don't want to talk about the fact that once it gets repoed, whoo, it's quite embarrassing to explain to people what happened to your vehicle. That is the unfortunate consequences of people getting cars they cannot afford.
Y'all need to stop buying cars that you can't afford. I mean, look at some of these repos that I found at auction today. Repo with temp tags. This thing is a 2024. Wow. Look, 2024 BMW Financial. So I'm not making this up. Dude didn't even get to finish his drink.
Yo, a 2024 car. So as soon as you bought it, you had to have known you couldn't afford this vehicle. And that's the thing that's really unfortunate. People are getting themselves into cars they cannot afford. That car looked so far like a very nice car. I mean, he still had a drink in that car. He wasn't even able to finish his drink. They already repoed his car within a few months. So I mean, that's wild. As soon as he pretty much got the car, that's it. He didn't make the payments, which means he didn't plan it. I'm saying he, it could be he or she. They didn't plan it. They didn't budget it. It's just a disaster.
And took his Walmart bag. Look at this thing. How many miles are on it, I wonder? Let's see. It's got 218 miles. What the hell is going on, bro?
Yo, 218 miles, that's it? So this guy, oh girl, couldn't even get to enjoy this car. I mean, 218 miles. I mean, hey, for 218 miles, hopefully you got something good out of that car. Man. It sucks though, because the guy there in the video is kind of laughing. It's not funny. Like, it really isn't funny. It is kind of sad. That lot seemed like it had a lot of vehicles in it, but it's really sad that people are getting themselves into this predicament. It really is. It's just unfortunate. And I know from what I've been seeing in the news, this is only gonna get worse.
Another repo with a temp tag. So people cannot afford these cars for over a month. This is a 2023 iX. Look at this thing. It is for electric. Look at that. Wow. It looks like it might have been a voluntary because they gave him the 2 keys. Some people do, realize they can't afford the car, so they take it to the dealer and tell him, hey, here's the car. I can't do this anymore. And look at this. It is for electric, so y'all probably can't hear anything. But look at the panoramic sunroof. This thing is sick.
Now that is a nice car. I ain't gonna front. That is a very nice car, but damn, to the point where you even just surrender your keys. Man, you're not even driving it and waiting for him to come find you and pull it out. You're going to the dealership and just saying here, which is kind of weird because the dealership got nothing to do with this. It's to do with the bank. So going to the dealership most likely is probably not the best thing to do. Who knows? They could do whatever they want with that car and you're responsible for it. If you still have insurance on it, which I'm pretty sure you probably do for a certain period of time, they got nothing to do with it. They sold it to you, but they have nothing at all to do with it. So just putting in a dealership is probably more of a headache for the dealership than anything else, but screw them. They put you in a car that you knew you couldn't afford, and they knew you couldn't afford, but they got their money and they're saying screw you. So you know what? Go ahead. Go back to the dealership and drop that car off there.
A Rolls Royce, which was right here, got repossessed, unfortunately. But now, also, as y'all can see, there's no cars in the garage. So I have my Lexus in here, but unfortunately, they got repossessed as well.
Damn. And he has like 2 luxury cars. I mean, I don't know what he does for a living. That's like a wig he has on. Is that his hair? I have no idea what he has going on. But having 2 cars and just getting it repoed, and it's like, it sucks though, man. But to be honest with you, it probably feels like such a weight off your shoulders. It's like a good restart, but people don't recognize that once that repo is on your record, it takes a while for it to drop, and it's not done. Okay, it's not done. Just because you surrender the car, now they sell it in an auction, whatever's left you still owe. So you probably were better off trying to sell it yourself rather than just giving it up to have it for auction, because at least you could have tried to, negotiate the price. Say for example, it's like a $20,000 car, you can't afford to pay it, you sell it for $10,000, get a personal loan, pay the rest off, and yes, you're not paying $20,000 car payment, whatever amount that is. Now you're paying half that, which should be a payment that should be more manageable. That way, you will have no repo being on your record. It's probably the smartest thing to do.
I know this unfortunate situation. I didn't want to come to the internet and tell nobody this. Of course, nobody wants to tell people their downfalls. And on social media, most time people only tell the good and never tell the bad about their life. So I want to bring y'all along the journey of just understanding that I lost both of my cars. I don't even have a car at this point. But I'm always get it back, you know what I'm saying? I hit the ground, I bit off more than I could chew.
That is cool though that he's admitting it. He seems calm about it. Like, yo, it is what it is. Everyone out there showing you all these luxury cars on Instagram. He looked like he was probably one of those dudes being flashy, and reality, set in, and he can't afford it, and it's gone.
The thing about the internet is sometimes on the internet you can make people see stuff. They'll see something and they'll believe it. Like seeing people have all these cars, they can believe it, but in reality, they probably don't got shit at all.
No, that's the truth. Most people want to just walk around, driving around a car, trying to show people that they got all this money when they don't. Spending too much money to impress people. That's the number one problem that people are having. They just want to impress people, which is ironic because it feels like there's like a shift. We're living in a time when people are just saying, you know what? All that luxury stuff is just, what's the point of it all? Like, it really is no point to it. I'd rather have a nice, simple life, spend my money on things that I enjoy, invest, travel, vacation, spend money on moments in life rather than material things. But it seems like a lot of people out there not getting the message, and they're still putting themselves in a very, very, very bad predicament.
This is how I was able to finance a car on my own, 2 repos under my name, bad credit, low income, and no cosigner.
Damn, she seems kind of young to do it. Repos already, bad credit, like low income. Man, why would you? I think the cars are not for you. Cars are not for some people. They really are not. Like, once you make a mistake once, you would think you'll learn your lesson and won't make that mistake again. Because I'm pretty sure there's so many people out there that can bite off more than they can chew. I really do. Because, listen, dealerships are really good at what they do. So they can get you into a car and they start preaching to you monthly payment. And, well, most likely you'll get a raise in your job. They're really good at what they do. And you can get suckered, especially if you're young. You get suckered into getting into a nice new car. But after that, you should learn your lesson. You should truly learn your lesson. To get repoed twice.
If you guys followed my car journey, for the last 3.5 months, I was trying to find a car and it was impossible. A couple weeks ago, I got recommended to go to Drive Time. I did CarMax, I did Carvana, Facebook Marketplace, could not find a car.
Yowzers, Drive Time is bad. That is bad. Bad, bad, bad. I met someone before who had Drive Time and they were not able to make the payments, and they are not as lenient as a bank. Once you miss like one payment, they're after you, man. And you gotta make bi-weekly payments as well. They don't play around at all. Drive Time is by far the worst. The interest rates are not favorable. They just, man. And the fact is that she's making videos talking about her car journey. I mean, who makes videos about a car purchase journey? A journey, man. That's not something you should have a journey in life. Okay, a car is a car. It's a piece of metal, depreciating asset. Just buy yourself a car, keep it moving. But man, it's like if a car is that important to you where you need to document a journey, then maybe you should just make your payments.
All right, it's hitting me now. I got my car repoed on Friday. So this weekend, that happened. So I got my car repoed on Friday. It is now Monday. And I'm grabbing my stuff from my car.
Man, that has to be a crappy feeling. It really does. Like, they just took your car with all your stuff in it. You know, everyone keeps junk in their car, some of their personal stuff, and they just take it. And now you got to go back over there and get your stuff. It's really gonna become an epidemic. It really is, with everyone getting their cars repoed. And some people will be left out in the street. I remember I saw a meme, and the meme said, oh yeah, if you want to get back on your feet, miss 2 payments. Kind of chuckled, it's kind of funny, but it is true. You're gonna end up now just walking or getting yourself into a worse situation. And once that repo is on your record, wherever you go next, like the last video, it's a dry time, it's gonna become worse. You're gonna get a car that's not that great, not that stable, and you're gonna put yourself in a bad position. Now you're gonna get yourself into a crappy loan with a vehicle that's not that good and not that sustainable. That's why it's so important, man, that you really need to just don't put so much money and emphasis as well on status when you buy a vehicle. Just buy a vehicle you could afford. That's it, because nothing worse than having to walk to wherever you want to go. That sucks. I live in Florida, man. It's hot as hell. Walking around here is not easy.
And I'm trying to hold it together. And, you know, kept telling myself, if it's not okay, it's not the end. Woo. But, till we see each other again. This is the last time I see you. You were so good to me. Till next time, my love.
Okay, that does suck. The crying part, I mean, I get it. Some people are probably out there like, why the hell she's crying? Like, what? Come on now. Nah, it does suck, because I think the reality sets in where it's like, how are you going to drive to work? How are you going to get to work? Yes, there's options out there. There's Uber and stuff like that. I understand that. But at that moment, you're just so shocked that they just took your vehicle. You don't know what you're going to do. But people are going to ask you, hey, what happened to your car? How are you going to explain it to them? It's a very embarrassing moment. That's why, man, I would do whatever it takes to pay that car off. I would do whatever it takes to make the payments, because it's quite embarrassing. Now, if you can't afford it, then screw it. Just let it go, whatever. That sucks. But just understand, if you're putting yourself in these positions and then you're allowing your car to get repoed or you're just forfeiting it, you got a problem that needs to certainly be fixed. You have a problem where you're being so impulsive and you're buying things that you can't afford. And it's always going to catch up to you. One day it will always catch up to you when you start buying stuff where it's you're very impulsive. It's gonna catch up with you. And a car is one of those things where people will find out. Now, if you don't pay your credit cards, no one will find out. You're not walking around showing people your credit report. But if you're not handling your business as far as your car or your home, people will recognize, like, okay, that house on the street got foreclosed. Okay, that car got taken away because it got repoed. That's stuff that you cannot hide. You know, that's why her crying, yeah, I get it. It does kind of suck. So guys, drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about this whole car repossession and cars being ridiculously high and people just struggling right now when it comes to getting these vehicles. You think it's the people's fault? They're the ones that know what they're getting themselves into and they signed up for it knowing that one day this was going to happen? Or do you think this is just the way things are? Cars are going to be very expensive and you need a car to survive. I would love to hear your comments. Catch you guys in my next video. Peace.